Hi, everybody. Welcome to the live stream tonight. My name's Adam, and I am joined by my friend to my right, Jason.
I'm. I'm to you, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do directions or math. So you're one or the other.
Hey, wherever I am, I'm glad I'm here.
It's a delight to have you. Merry Christmas,
Always,
because,
man.
it's been Thanksgiving, so now it's Christmas immediately,
Yes,
is what I'm told. That's
that's
how we
how it
do it in
works. It was
Utah.
Christmas in September here, so I never ever enjoy this transition phase between Fourth of July and New Year's, where people here think that it's damn Christmas all the time. It makes me
They
not like it.
lose their goddamn minds. These
They
people
do.
lose their
It's a
minds.
nightmare. It's a
It is.
nightmare. God.
Especially in Utah, I don't know if it's because we're all religious out here. Well, I guess you live in the Bible Beltish. Well,
It might as well
kind
be.
of. Yeah, close enough. I just remember trying to get cobwebs like 3 weeks before Halloween this year, and it was all Christmas already. They got rid of everything Halloween. There was like two things at the Walmarts, and that's it. And it was still beginning of October. So whatever. What
You
can you
know,
say?
you could probably use that fake under tree snow as cobweb. I bet it's the same exact stuff.
Yeah, well, I used to have a blower that I would hook it up to my microphone. Can you hear me? I'm
Yeah.
trying to set it on the
Bang, bang,
table,
bang.
but I didn't bring a mic holder because I'm traveling. Oh fuck. Pardon my language. Let's okay, here we go. So I have a cobweb and blower, and you hook it up to a glue gun, and it shoots cobwebs like they do in the movies, so they look real. But that's just glue gun shit, like
Hmm.
from a glue gun. So I guess I could make it in a pinch if I had to. So anyhow, Merry Christmas, Jason. Welcome.
Yes.
Thank
Happy
you for joining me.
Saturnalia.
Oh yes. We're gonna go the pagan route because that's really what it is at the end of the day,
You
right?
know, I
This
found a lot
holiday.
of I found a lot of things that I didn't know that were very interesting, and I'll talk about
Ooh,
those later.
can't
And
wait.
another thing that you didn't ask me to do, but I had to do, was I'm really big into the study of altered states of consciousness, right? And especially natural occurring altered states of consciousness that you could attain from plants and
Mushrooms.
wildlife and mushrooms specifically.
Mushrooms.
So we're going to talk a little bit about the Amanita muscaria mushroom tonight and its
Oh,
relation to
really?
Christmas. Yeah, it's really cool.
I have a mushroom story. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube. I might not be able to, but we'll save it for another time, or we won't. But it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Uh, but should we start with our Christmas cocktails for the
Oh,
people that
yes.
are joining us? Because I've already had a few, if you can't tell. And so Jason, tell us. I'm going to make you bigger, and I want you to tell us what it is that you're drinking tonight. Oh, wrong one.
That's not the right one.
Oh, that's not right. Oh, still wrong. Oh, fuck it. Just I'm here.
Go back to
Go
the way
on.
it was, because I have more screen, like more area showing.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay. You know I'm not a big drinker, Adam, right? I used to be. I was
He
a
says, I don't
powering
know.
powering weekend alcoholic for a long time and probably
Same.
did irreparable damage to myself. So I don't really drink that
Probably.
often anymore. When I do, I usually only drink. Hey, there I am. I usually only drink, like, maybe a beer with a good like dinner out or something like that. That's basically what I do. But here is
Mm-hmm.
my absolute favorite holiday cocktail. You start out with one of these,
Okay.
right? Are you with me so far?
I'm here. I'm just gonna be back again. I'm
That's
watching.
Then you grab a dark beer and you open it up and you pour it into the cup. That's all you got to do. That's my favorite cocktail.
Now, can you go over again what you just did? Because I know that some of the people at home are going to find that complicated. So can you just explain it one more time how you did that?
Yeah, you grab a glass and you grab a nice dark beer. Get a little head in the cup, because I like, on a good dark stout, especially a cream or a milk stout, I like a little head at the top. Who doesn't like a little head? And so you want
No
to
comment.
you don't choke. You want to get a little bit in there, right? Because it's like Jello on these thick dark beers, man, and it's just like almost like
Yeah.
whipped cream coating on a pumpkin pie. So tonight, this cocktail is a Tinker Coffee Velvet Cream Milk Stout from the Terre Haute Brewing Company in Terre Haute,
Ooh,
Indiana.
I would
And it's
love to try
also
that.
where I got this awesome glass from. I picked it up too.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay, tell us how it smells. What does it smell? Pretend like you're in the movie Sideways and you're losing your shit. Oh,
nice
Dramati.
foamy head.
Okay.
Smells like coffee. And
Mm.
it just tastes like sex in a glass, Adam.
Well, I haven't had a sex in a glass. I've had a sex on the beach. That actually just permits projectile vomiting afterwards. So
That's awful.
I'll
Did you
take
like
your
that
word.
cocktail or no?
I loved it.
Okay,
That
so
was very good.
I had a backup in case you didn't like it. Should I do that too?
Show us. I'm sorry, you need to be a little bigger so people can see this at home.
All right.
Here we go. Okay, show us.
My backup cocktail is old fashioned glass, right?
Okay.
And a Speyside 12-year scotch.
Ooh.
And that just smells like scotch. So
Oh,
we're not
God.
good. This cocktail is for really small amounts. You don't want to drink too much of this cocktail.
It's for the old people that are watching.
So I'm gonna have like a third of a finger of scotch because I haven't drank scotch in a minute, and so
Ooh.
yeah, it smells like scotch.
Okay, show us. Delicious.
Speyside Scotch is almost like the perfect introduction into Scotch and whiskey because it's almost like it's like apple juice and smoke and burning, and it's perfect for Christmas.
That's exactly what it smells like and tastes like. You're
It
right.
does. It's so good, dude. There's
Merry Christmas. Have a
best
fireplace.
whiskey ever is a Speyside Scotch. Glenlivet, Glenfiddich. I prefer Glenfiddich. Glenlivet's okay. They're essentially the same thing, but for some reason they taste just a little bit different. I find the Glenfiddich is a little smoother and a little sweeter.
I like a smoother myself.
Yes. Now back to the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, that sounds lovely. That's one way to do a Christmas cocktail, you guys. Do you want to know what's that?
If you're going to be enjoying a good scotch and a good dark beer, you've got to have a black and mild cream cigarillo.
Oh my God. I haven't had one of those since I was like 19. I used to here in Utah, you had to drive out of the state. Sometimes you couldn't get those back in the day, if I'm correct. And we would drive to Wendover, Nevada, which is where the casinos are, about 2 hours outside of Salt Lake. And it was Cloves and those. And we would have to drive towards Elko, Nevada. Like they didn't even have them in Wendover. But that just takes me back. My brother loves those. If he's watching, he'll be a little jealous. Does it taste like Christmas?
Oh, it tastes awesome. So I moved here in May to this new house, and right where the studio was sitting was just a gravel like drive beside the garage, and it was really out of the way. I'm like, I don't know what I'm ever going to do with that spot, so I put the studio here. But like, there's a gap between the garage and the studio. I use it as a walkway. It's probably 3 feet, and then it goes back, and there's another outbuilding, and there's probably a 6-foot gravel pad left back there, and there are these plastic tips all over back there, and they're not mine. They've been there since we moved here. So whoever lived here before also enjoyed these.
Oh, wow. It's like you were meant to be there. Oh, someone's in the chat room. Sarah. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Sarah.
Oh, I can see the chat. Hello.
Can you?
I can.
I don't know how to see the chat. I just have another window that shows the YouTube window. So that's how I saw it. I sound like I've been smoking menthols for 3 days, which I have, but we don't need to go there. So I
What's
was
your
trying to
cocktail, man?
see
I want to know your cocktail.
my
What's
cocktail.
your holiday cocktail?
This is definitely my go-to holiday cocktail, and whenever I make this, I think of this place that I'm at right now, which is my aunt's house. I'm here in Arizona, about 20 minutes outside of Laughlin, Nevada, on the Colorado River. So much fun. Such a fun summer town. But I come here for Thanksgiving all the time just because I hate the cold. And so we're going to pull my basic bitch. This is my pumpkin cup that changes colors with different temperature drinks. I got ice in it. So first things first is I like to put, as you can see, we've had a fun weekend. I guess it's Friday. Well, the weekend started.
Friday. It's the weekend.
This is a little raspberry vodka. I would put any vodka, doesn't really matter, but this actually tastes really good. And just put a splash in. Whoop. And then with that, I'm doing some diet cranberry because I'm on a diet. I don't know if you know that. That's how I keep my slim figure. And I just put a little splash like that. Okay. If I want to be really, if I want to be really naughty, Merry Christmas, I put just a splash of orange juice in there too. Whoop. Oh, got right into my microphone. Perfect.
If you can't hear
me, so. Fuck.
This will be good.
I gotta stop saying the F word.
This is never going to make it on YouTube. We're going to get the plug pulled.
Oh no, I swear all the time on my channel, and they haven't yelled at me once.
Yeah, but I'm just smoking a cigar. We're drinking booze.
I just think you're not allowed to talk about. This is a little too full, so I'm just going to shoot some.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a lot of vodka. Yum. Okay, yeah. So now we've got the cup. This is what makes it Thanksgiving and Christmas. Buy the cheapest possible champagne you can in the liquor store, or they call them liquor agencies in Utah. Ooh!
Ooh!
Now you know it's a party.
Now
and I'm just going to finish this glass off with champagne. And this is pretty much what I drink for 8 to 12 hours a day when I'm here at my aunt's. And I tell you what, if you're worried about getting sick, you just have some of this generic ibuprofen handy. I'm probably going to pop some. This is from my aunt's closet, but I don't know what pills these are in here, so I'm kind of scared. I might have to ask her first. I mean, there could be some oxys. No. I mean, I don't condone that with this, but I'm just going to have to wait on that. So let me just taste it here.
Yeah. Let us know how it is.
Oh, it's so basic. It's like I can hear Adele singing in the background. Yeah. I can smell the pumpkin spice lattes in the air. It is a real Christmas treat. No, it really does taste like Christmas. Yeah, so that's what I'm having, y'all. If you liked that recipe, it's not a recipe. You're just going to have to rewind and watch what I did.
Rewind it. Just spill it on your microphone and you'll be good. That's the secret.
I need paper towels. Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Paper towels. Ma'am. There's so much champagne all over me. Anyhow, so now that we've had our cocktail, this needs a little more champagne.
I don't know that it does.
There we go. Oh, there's a little bit of head on that. Gotta suck it off. And now we're ready to go.
Yes, we're ready.
So where should we begin?
I would like to know why you're in Arizona right now.
Thank you for asking, Jason. So I came out here for Thanksgiving, but also mainly to record some videos for my channel, The Paranormal Polynesian. If you haven't seen it, then I don't know how you're watching this, but
it's fair.
I wanted to go visit the town of Oatman, Arizona. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
It's a it's a town where the mayor of the town is a donkey, and I love it. And his name's Walter, and he's a delight. I went and saw his house today. I drove by it. There were people in a line around the block just to take their photo with him. I forgot today was Black Friday, so we went to a tourist attraction on Black Friday. There were thousands of people in this little town. It has a beautiful little dirt road main street with a saloon and shops. And those of you who've been to Knott's Berry Farm in California, I'm from California. It was like making all my Knott's Berry Farm dreams come true because it's just like a perfect little Old West town. And it's right on Route 66, which I'm obsessed with Route 66. I think it's on my bucket list to travel from Chicago to Santa Monica on that highway someday, and it's going to happen. But this is one of the stops. And they were in the middle of the street. Two cowboys were like shooting each other with guns. And so like the traffic completely stopped. And so my husband was driving. I had to get out of the car. Thousands, I mean, you'll see it on my video. Thousands of people just standing in this town watching people kill each other in the street. So it was very authentic. And then I like went into a mine and I was tempted to buy some geodes, and there's donkeys everywhere in this town. They just sit in the middle of the street. People are taking their photos with them.
Do they work for the mayor?
They do. And they're probably all related.
Probably.
And the other thing,
probably
the other
small
thing
towns work.
Yeah. All the little shops in the town, they sell like donkey treats or food or whatever. And so these donkeys just know people and they just love the tourists, and you hang out with them. A lot of bikers. It actually looked a lot like Sturgis today because I've never in my life, and I've been coming here for 6 years, I've never seen this many people here, but I guess it was Black Friday. So I don't know if like the you-know-what has caused people to come out more, but it's never been this way. So I'm used, like I was there to film a video about the ghosts and stuff of the town, but I couldn't even walk. Like it was shoulder to shoulder people.
Wow.
I for sure got the you-know-what today, I'm sure, walking around. So we'll just see how that goes. But it was a lovely, lovely ghost town. If you have a chance, go check it out. And then we went to about 2 others, including my favorite, which is called Santa Claus, Arizona. It's named after Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Do you want to see a little clip of that?
Sure, yeah.
Do you want to see?
Santa Claus, Indiana, that's like 2 hours from
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well, let me show you just the tiniest little clip of today at Santa Claus. So Santa Claus, Indiana was founded, I think, in 1937 by this woman. She was a real estate mogul. And in the article I read, they made sure to let me know she was over 300 pounds. I don't know why that matters. However, she and I have something in common. And so I was very excited. And she used to go, she was like the biggest deal in Los Angeles. So she bought a whole parcel of acres of land to build a new subdivision for people out here towards Kingman, Arizona. And it failed miserably. And however, there's still remnants of the little town. They had a Christmas village where Santa Claus would come all day, every day of the year. And you could stop, because this was a Route 66 attraction. Even though it wasn't on Route 66, people, back in the day, a lot of people younger than us will never know. Route 66 was America's highway, and that is where people would vacation every year, because we didn't have planes. People weren't flying, so they were taken to the roads, and I absolutely love that about our history of our country. There's just so many cool little crazy attractions on the side of the road. Yeah. And this is one of them. And to this day, they still haven't sold the town. It's completely trashed, covered in graffiti. I posted a picture on Instagram. It's just all graffiti, but it's still for sale. So if y'all want to buy it, it's 4 acres now. So it's gone down quite a bit. And it's right on the side of the highway. So let me just show you just a tiniest little clip of when I went there today.
Let's see how this goes.
It's probably not going to go at all. It's probably going to be a mess. Let's just see. What's this? Did we find it? Nope. I'm using this app. It's called Melon app, and I hate it, and I think I'm never using it anymore. Oh, there we are. Shall we try this?
Oh.
Okay, let's watch it. Let's see what we got. Is that? I just have to rewind. Sorry.
Oh, I've lost your audio. If you can hear me, I don't know if you can. Hey, I see your video. It's not playing though.
This is very sharp barbed wire. I'm so sorry. It's a bed and breakfast. Now, where's my breakfast? This is very sharp barbed wire. I'm so sorry. Well, that's going to do it here for me at Santa Claus, Arizona. Thanks for joining me. I hope you learned a little about history, and I hope that you've been nice and not naughty, or you will be taken to this place in your dreams. Until I see you next time, remember, keep it paranormal. Do you need a mattress? Do you need a mattress, Barney? It's a bed and breakfast. Now, where's my breakfast? This is very sharp barbed wire. I'm so sorry.
Hey, you're muted, man. I don't know if you can hear me. You're muted. There you go.
Hi, how are you?
That was good, man.
I was just saying I'm still waiting for my breakfast from the bed and breakfast.
I wouldn't hold your breath.
It's been about 10 hours, so this is all I've eaten today. Well, I did eat a cheese Danish at the town of Chloride, which is another ghost town I went to, and it was really cool. Really awesome. Do you want to see a part of that?
Sure. Bring it on.
I went to so many ghost towns today, you guys. Arizona is just full of them. So there's this other town that was founded back in like 1863 called Chloride, Arizona, where they used to mine for silver and turquoise and lead, which is real good for you. And I went to go visit the cemetery. It's the home of the oldest post office in Arizona. It's still functioning. Beautiful, beautiful little ghost town. Still considered a ghost town, but there's about 25 households that still are there and live there. But it's still considered a ghost town. And someone in the town, it's filled with artists, and someone did man-made, well, all petroglyphs are man-made, but they made like a petroglyph wall, a mountain of
have a drink, Adam.
Delicious. So it's petroglyphs that were made in the past 20 years, but they were painted with like latex paint on this beautiful rock formation. Do you want to see what that looks like?
You know I do.
It gets very vaginal. Like I know, I said the word vaginal. I don't know what it is with petroglyphs. There's a lot of like fallopian tubes and like penis stuff. You're going to love this. Let's just show you. Your viewers are like, I'm never watching this again. Sorry, guys.
Wait till...
But
I mean, when you talk about like a lot of this stuff, though, you know, fertility rituals and fertility stuff was a big deal, so it makes total sense.
I mean, there's a painting on one of the rocks of the statue of Venus, which I don't know. I was an art history major originally in college, which I know I went to college, if you can believe it. And she was this world, it's the most famous little statue of a woman. And she just looks like a pear and she's naked. And that is how women were viewed as beautiful back in the day before the Kardashians, which I love. So let's just take a teeniest little look at Chloride, Arizona. Maybe. Here we go. I'm up inside of the murals. And there's a little cave in my... Ow! Son of a bitch! Did I just trip a wire for the people to kill us? So they know we're here? I thought we were in the hills, have eyes. This person, this is how I feel right now. You know? That's kind of what my face is feeling. Yep. That's how I look when I have to pee in the wilderness. And this is a lot neater than I was expecting. What do you think? I don't know what I was expecting. Some spray paint. This. Very pretty. Look, there's the famous Venus. There's the one I was talking about. Saying it looked like fallopian tubes up here somewhere. Is that what you were looking at, Stacy? Because you would be correct. You can see how much nicer the colors are on this part of the mural because it's not facing the elements. It's nice and vibrant. I love purple.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's the fallopian tubes. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get out of that. So that was just a little shot so you could see what I was talking about. So the locals there, they took some latex paint and just went to town on this rock formation and painted all these murals. Very new age, very metaphysical out there. A lot of people have a lot of like shops, and which I love that shit. I just love it. So speaking of metaphysical and the earth and mushrooms and magic, why don't you, Jason? Why don't you tell us? Why don't I give you the floor for a minute and then you talk to us about what you've learned today about
today.
Well, or whenever you learned about it. Sure. Let me just fix the screen so that it's you. I want you to be featured. We've got 2 people watching. That's amazing.
Setting a record.
That is. So there you go. I'm going to let you go for it, and I'm going to shut up. So go live your life. Tell everyone what you're going to tell us. Go for it.
So, yeah, you'd wanted to do something Christmassy, and Christmas is not my jam. Mostly
Same.
I'm not a Christian, so it's not my thing. But there are a surprising amount of traditional elements to Christmas that have nothing to do with Christians and Christianity. And it's fascinating when you can take a step back and look at it from different angles, right? And see where all this stuff comes from. So the first one that I wanted to talk about was gift giving, right?
Okay.
So not only is December a time to celebrate the winter solstice, but between the 17th and 24th, the Romans celebrated Saturnalia, and that's the pagan holiday in honor of Saturn, their agricultural god. So they would spend a week living basically how we do at Christmas time, feasting and drinking and giving gifts and all that good stuff, in hopes that they would have a bountiful harvest the next year. So that was what Saturnalia was all about. Another thing, my second thing, this is gonna we're gonna come back to Santa Claus, but this is one thing on Santa Claus. Okay. The modern day kind of image of Santa Claus, the red robe with the white fur and the big white beard,
Yep.
largely developed by Coca-Cola in the 1930s. No debating.
You don't
But
say.
but a lot of these major corporations, they're in on how magic works, because their logos and their emblems and their, I don't want to say idols, but for lack of a better term, their idols that they use to
Yeah.
promote their businesses are sigils. And you start
Yep.
getting into sigil magic, and we're talking about different aspects of several different magical disciplines. Definitely, Santa Claus is a sigil, and I stand by it. But anyway, the idea of this old
Yeah.
man giving gifts to children, it actually goes back further than the 1930s. It goes back to the time of the pagans, and Father Christmas, if you will, or Saint Nicholas. He was a patron saint of the children, the poor, prostitutes, lepers, the whole bit.
I love a good
Living,
prostitute.
who doesn't? Living
Yeah.
around the 4th century AD, Saint Nicholas, which we still kind of use the terminology here a little bit, Saint Nick. I'm wearing a Nick and Norman's hat because I didn't have anything Christmas related. He was a
That's good
generous,
enough.
yeah, he was a generous bishop who he would go around and give gifts to the poor. Had a big beard, a long cloak, much like the Santa that we know and love today. But before Saint Nicholas, even there was another bearded old man you may have heard of named Odin.
I've never heard of Odin.
The deity worshipped by the early Germanic pagans, traditionally portrayed as an old man with long white beard, had an 8-legged horse with a name I will not.
Oh,
Who would ride through the skies just like Santa's reindeer. During the wintertime, kids would fill their booties up with carrots and straw. And
say what now?
Their booties, not their butts.
Booties.
They're like they're
Oh!
little socks and things.
Okay.
They fill those up with carrots and straw for the the 8-legged horse to feed on, and then Odin would fly by. The 8-legged horse would eat the treats and leave a little present in their booties.
Okay.
Much like we do.
Been there, done that.
Much like we do today with Christmas stockings and leaving cookies or reindeer food or carrots, the whole bit. So the Santa Claus that we have today is kind of a mishmash of a lot of different things, but it's mostly Coca-Cola. Not really pagan, but they know their way around magic, and that is no shit. Christmas carols, Adam, you love to sing. I've heard you sing.
I do sing, yep.
So Christmas caroling is actually, you're familiar with the tradition. You go around door to door in a group and you sing to your neighborhood and everything. That comes from a pagan tradition called wassailing. And it's an Anglo-Saxon phrase.
I know this one.
Hail translates to good health, basically. So every year, these people go roaming through their villages and singing to banish evil spirits and bring good health to everybody. And no wassailing group was complete without their traditional drink on hand. So here's a cocktail tip for you.
Was it wassail?
No, it was, I don't know what it's called. Mulled ale, curdled cream, roasted apples, eggs, spices, and sugar. So,
Okay, that sounds like you're already hungover before you finish the drink.
Oh, yeah. But you have the protein in there from the eggs, so I think you're okay.
Yeah, that's true.
13th century, St. Francis took inspiration from these happy choirs, and he started the tradition of Christmas caroling. So that's where that comes from. And there's a lot of Germanic influence in a lot of these Christmas traditions. And we'll hit a couple more on the way down. I have a pretty extensive list. I hope you don't mind.
Oh, I love it. Please. So this is awesome. Continue.
Kissing under a mistletoe. Everybody's familiar with that, right? Well, back in the day, as they say, everyone from the Romans to the Celts to the Druids, the Norse, they had a thing about mistletoe. It was considered a highly sacred plant and used in a lot of different rituals for different pagan groups. In the Roman world, mistletoe was used to honor Saturn, again, with Saturnalia. They kept him happy. He kept everybody fertile, kept the ground fertile, all of that good stuff. And they did secret fertility rituals under the spirit of mistletoe. And that's exactly what it sounds like. They were,
So is this like a Midsummer sitch where, like, have you guys seen the movie Midsummer, by the way?
Midsummer is terrific.
I know. Scared the shit.
it was, they just had sex under mistletoe and hoped that they got pregnant. And,
Don't we all? Yeah.
so, that's something that's hung
The,
around. We've toned it down a little bit. We just kind of kiss under it now, which is probably a good idea since it's the holidays and you usually have your family around for the holidays. And you don't want to end up doing a fertility ritual with Uncle Frank, who hasn't showered in 4 months, and he comes over and he wants to get frisky.
oh
So,
God, no, that sounds very incestuous.
yes,
I don't like that.
we can go back to use mistletoe to symbolize peace and joy. In times of war, this was something I did not know. If enemies were to meet underneath woodland mistletoe, they would drop their weapons and form a truce until the next day. How about that? I found that interesting.
Really interesting. Oh, hi.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
I'm great.
Continue. Sorry, I want people to know that I'm here and I'm listening to you because I think you're
here.
awesome.
Decking the halls with holly. We'll stick to the sacred plants. Holly was also used to connect with the god Saturn. During Saturnalia, again, the Romans and their Saturnalia, they made holly wreaths to exchange as gifts for good luck. Now, at the time of the emergence of Christianity, this is kind of a flip-flop from today. The Christians were persecuted more for practicing this new religion, right? So as opposed to today, you'd be probably a little bit more ostracized for practicing Saturnalia as opposed to Christmas, especially in my area. So they used these holly wreaths as a decoration to kind of cover their Christmas celebration, so they could hang this holly wreath for their personal beliefs, but everyone else would think that it was just part of the Saturnalia thing, which I thought was pretty interesting as well.
I love how all these traditions go back to the sky and to the planets, and it's just kind of cool. I mean, really.
Yeah. Well,
take that, Christianity.
We're not done though, Adam. We have more.
Mm.
So
I'm here
Christmas tree decorating has got to be one of your things because
I have 6 Christmas trees right now.
I knew you had to have more than one. I've seen the one.
Just 6.
You disgust me. But
I know.
Nevertheless, Christmas tree decorating takes a lot of inspiration from the Romans and the Germans. Tree decorating kind of, besides the feasting and the drinking and exchanging gifts, the Romans would decorate trees outside of their homes with little metal ornaments. And they would either represent like Saturn or like maybe their family's personal patron saint. The Germans had a different kind of approach where they would actually like put candles on trees, which is, incredibly dangerous.
Yes, that's how they used to do it, and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
They would make little ornaments, and they would also hang fruit on the Christmas tree to, just promote Odin. Really was what it was all about. So things that were related to Odin would have been put on the Christmas tree. And while we're talking about candles, they're lit everywhere during Christmas, right? Today.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they've been kind of replaced with, Christmas lights, electric string lights. Fairy lights if you're in the UK.
Don't get me started on Christmas lights. I almost died last week. We won't talk about it. Go ahead. Continue your story, sir. Well, I'm just going to have a splash of vodka in this drink.
Yeah, you probably should. Candles, candles are a very common element in a lot of different magical systems today.
Go ahead.
That didn't go well, did it?
It's in my pants.
Oh Lord.
Oh no, it's so wet. Sorry, go ahead. You're fine.
So, we use candles in all kinds of magical practices, but they were definitely used on trees. And then when the Christians started to kind of use this time of year, it became sort of a symbol of Jesus, like the light of the world, right? But people have no problem lighting candles to make their house smell good or to look pretty. But they will look down on you if you're lighting a candle, to try to commune with the fairy folk or with ghosts or whatever manner of metaphysical thing that you're into. And I find that really interesting. There's such a double standard, but I don't want to get off topic here.
Double standard?
No, we
Really?
can't. We're not going to do it. We're going to go back to Christmas.
No,
So,
we won't. Right.
one more really popular thing at Christmas is bells, right? The ringing of the Christmas bells, right?
They get their wings, them angels.
Right. So, did you know that in like pagan midwinter celebrations, they thought that when it was cold or when there was less sunlight in the day, that it was an indication that there were evil spirits around. So they would ring these bells to drive the spirits away. And later that kind of became incorporated into Christmas festivities, symbolizing like, goodwill and cheer and joy. And most importantly, I feel like it represents I'm trying to think of the best word. I would say, I don't want to say charity necessarily, charitable feelings. Because you have the bell ringers outside of all of your major stores and things during the holiday time,
Yes.
collecting money for their different charities and things. And so when you look at it kind of like they do it now to bring in good energy, back in the day, they used bells to drive out the bad energy, right? So it's fascinating how some of these things have kind of stuck around and changed.
Get twisted around.
Yeah.
I always knew that bells had to do with that. I just didn't know that was the story behind it. Like I knew that bells had to do with getting rid of negative, shit. And also, like when I had my tonsils out about 7 years ago, I had a bell next to my bed. And my husband, I tell you what, he was the fastest little reindeer because I got my tonsils out at Christmas. Who gets their tonsils out at Christmas? Honestly.
Awful.
But I had a little bell, and I swear to God, he was there in 2 seconds with whatever Jello, because I couldn't eat shit for months.
Yeah.
And looked real thin, but I love a good bell. You guys, bells are underrated. I think everyone should use a bell in their house. It makes me feel like a sense of bouginess. Just like
bouginess.
Ring that bell.
Bouginess.
Bring me some Hot Pockets, bitch. That kind of shit. Oh, sorry. I'll stop swearing. I promise.
Oh, it's your show. I don't care. So
it's our show, sir.
Okay. You're the one in charge of it, though. So it's
okay.
I got enough.
I'll stop swearing.
I know you pick it up with the boss. I don't give a shit.
I only dream of being like you when I grow up because, like, you're so good at like juggling everything, and you've got an amazing podcast.
It's an incredible illusion. It's an incredible illusion.
Stop it. My people who are watching this, if you haven't tuned in, like if you're under a rock and you don't know who Jason is, like I don't know how you don't, but if you haven't seen his or heard his podcasts, he has the voice of an angel. I listened to him on the way to Arizona today because it was yesterday. It was a 7-hour drive, and I tell you what, it was so good. Like my husband was just like, "Oh, he's got a good voice for the radio." And I'm like, he does. He's great at what and above all, Jason, he actually, unlike me, he researches shit and he's so good at what he does and he knows what he's talking about.
Oh,
I don't know anything.
Stop it.
No, sir, stop it. You are great. And it's not the champagne that I've been drinking. I'm on my second bottle, by the way, and this one's almost gone. But we won't go there. I think you're great, and I love what you do.
I appreciate it.
No, I'm being serious.
I know you are. I know you are. Because you're always very sincere when you've been drinking.
It's all I know how to be.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You know that.
True.
I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate the kind words that you say.
Thank you. You do a great job.
You do a great job too. You sell yourself short so much, just because.
At what? Being an asshat on YouTube?
Well,
it's what I do. I'm here to make people laugh.
I love your shit. I love it. I laugh. I enjoy it. I learn things. I live vicariously through you in the desert because I will probably never be there.
You better come visit me. I'm gonna be here for a long time. You better come visit. Did I tell you that I had Did I tell you that I was interviewed the other day for a new television show?
You did, but well,
I don't
maybe
think
unless this
anyone
is
else
another
knows.
one.
Well, I can't talk about what it is. However, it's for a pilot for a new TV show, and like pretty much they're bringing in experts of their field from
So
all over the place.
why did they contact you?
I have no idea, sir. Because I've seen a lot of scary shit in my life, and I'm just there, like with my drink and my popcorn, just like eating it up. I'm here to like observe and be a part of what's going on. I'm not here because I'm not a technological. I don't even know how I did this live stream without killing us.
I don't either.
Honestly, swear to God. But there's a new TV show I may be on in the coming year, and part of like the producers, which they're huge producers for some really big television shows on the Discovery Channel, on Travel Channel that you've all seen and heard of. And they're just like, Adam, what makes us want to use you on this television show? Like, what do you have to bring to the table? And I'm like, first of all, I'm haunted because I am. Like, everywhere I go, shit happens, including today. We had some things which you'll have to stay tuned on my YouTube channel. But I told the producers, I'm like, listen, I don't like technology. I don't know how to use my cell phone. I can't type. Jason can attest to this.
I will verify this.
Jason, by the way, this is why I can't type. Can you see how? Oh, here I am. Oh, it looks really nice in the camera, but my phone is shattered. You can't tell. Okay, great. Anyway, so they're like, what can we use you for with all these experts in the field at this place in Utah where things happen that I've never spoken of? You've never heard me say those two words, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a ranch somewhere in Utah. And I'm just like, listen, put me in a lawn chair, leave my ass there in the dark. I promise you, aliens will come down from the fucking sky and you will get what you need on your TV. And that's literally what I sold to these producers. And they were just like, love it. Eating this shit up, love it. And that's the truth. Like, I don't know what it is about me. You put me somewhere and shit will start to get real. So that is going to be my contribution to this television show. So if it becomes official, y'all will be the first to know, of course.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna do a watch party, I think, with the Patreon folks if it happens, because
I hope it does. It'll be hilarious. But I'm sorry, I've been drinking. So where was I?
Arizona. Yeah.
Yes, I'm in Arizona. Which, by the way, I've lost count the times that I've driven out here to my aunt's, and I've seen UFOs in the sky. This place, I mean, I've sat back here. You can't see, but there's a big pool. It's back there. There's palm trees, a waterfall. It's real fun and delightful, but you can't see it because I'm in the kitchen like a whore. My husband and my aunt are out there getting fucked up, and they're just laughing at me because I know they're watching. Oh, hi. Anywho, I've sat out there many a night on that patio, and I have seen lights that I have never seen anywhere else in all of Utah, and I've seen many UFOs in my day. And you can see every single star in the sky where I am, and it's kind of unnerving. I love it here, but I also feel a sense of like aliens. Y'all who don't know me on Jason's channel, I'm terrified of UFOs and aliens, which is exactly what I'm going to be doing on this new TV show if I'm on it. So that's fun. But
are you near Sedona?
I'm about 4 hours.
Oh, okay, so no.
About 4 hours away. I'm closer to Las Vegas, about an hour and 45 minutes from Vegas, 20 minutes from Laughlin. I'm near Kingman, Arizona. If y'all who are into polygamists, that's where they hang out. And I'm from Utah. So there's Google it. Kingman, Arizona is where like all those crazy polygamists live with the child brides and shit.
I thought they all lived on your street in Utah.
They do. Oh, did I tell you that I have polygamous neighbors?
You did. You told me.
I don't know if I can tell you guys, but No, I live in a new subdivision, and my neighbors across the way, I this summer I watched the wives building the house, and they were all in like corduroy dresses with long sleeve flannel shirts, and their husbands were just off fucking around doing nothing while the wives were putting up walls of a house that's 2 stories tall. And I was just amazed that these women were like busting their asses, and they were like, I could only dream of like building a house. Like I can't even build a wave from my bedroom down the stairs without falling. So like the fact that they built a house, that's amazing.
Yeah,
And
no,
so
it
I
is.
have polygamous neighbors. I think they're sweet. They have their little head things because they don't show their hair. It's almost like Muslim type deal. I don't know what's happening. And I never know what's happening. So I'm excited to meet them. I would love because their house just got finished the other day.
Nice.
So I'm hoping for this Christmas to send them a little. I'll tell them about the traditions that Jason shared with us,
I
and I'll
have one
bring them
more thing
some
that I found,
cookies.
by the way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Continue and tell
Before you
us.
so rudely interrupted me with your brush
I
with
did not.
stardom.
It's the champagne because it's cheap.
No.
Continue, sir. Please. I'm just
So
gonna add
the
some
other
more.
thing, it's not really rooted in paganism so much, and Sarah kind of spoiled it in the chat a little bit. One of the things,
Sarah.
Sarah, I'm fascinated with mushrooms of all kinds. I'm fascinated with
Yes.
the. No, I am the mycelial networks that exist under our feet all the time that are communicating not only between different sections of the same network, but like they allow trees to communicate with one another through these mycelial networks, and it's fascinating. Paul Stamets is the guy to look up when you want to learn about mushrooms. He's the mushroom god, and he's my spirit
Oh,
animal.
I already love him. I love
Paul
him.
Stamets is he's tremendous. He's definitely would be like on my list of people that I want to meet, but I would be too embarrassed to be around. Like, couldn't even be in the same room with him because I'd be like a little
Why?
girl. No, I couldn't hold my own with
No.
Stamets. He's
I'll go with you. I don't
brilliant.
get scared of anybody. We'll go together. We'll go do some
Right.
mushrooms. I'll be like,
Anyway,
sir, mushroom.
anyway, so I kind of talked about how since pre-Christian times, this time of year has always been about festivities and celebration. And we talked about the caroling and the presents and the decorations and all of that good stuff. Um, the the Siberian and Arctic regions are fascinating to me, and here's why. The shamans would drop into locals' homes with a bag full of magic mushrooms, like as presents, in late December every year. Um, Santa, and I mentioned how
That's
we were
my
going to kind
favorite
of
Christmas.
yes,
That'd be your
Santa.
dream.
We were going to circle kind of back around to Santa after I talked about Coca-Cola using him as a sigil to sell Coke. Um, he's kind of like a modern counterpart of a shaman, though, right? Because
Yeah.
like these shaman would consume these mind-altering plants and fungi, and they would commune with the spirit world. As the story goes, up until a few hundred years ago, these practicing shamans or priests connected to older traditions would collect Amanita muscaria. These are the Mario mushrooms, the red mushrooms with the white spots on them.
Yeah.
They're not illegal. They are very dangerous, though. But they would collect these and dry them, and then they would give them as gifts for the winter solstice. Um,
Great.
Amanita muscaria is found, I think, everywhere in the northern hemisphere. Grows under, get this, under conifer and birch trees. So just like Christmas presents, right?
Oh,
Found under the
nice.
Christmas tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, this kind of explains the tradition of a Christmas tree having gifts under it and wrapped in red and white, placed under the tree like magic mushrooms, right? And you
Well, you're
get this
so smart, Jason. Oh, I didn't even think
wonderful,
about that.
this wonderful gift of this knowledge, right?
Okay.
That you wouldn't get any other time. And so the thing, I'm just going to put this out there. I'm not telling you how to consume Amanita muscaria, but I'm going to tell you how to do it safely. If you're going to do it, I'm not telling you to do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to give you the exact way to do it, but you need to research it. It's not, you don't just go out and eat these mushrooms. You will get violently sick and you could die. They have to be boiled several times with the water changed, and then you drink the tea. You do not eat the mushrooms. It is a bad idea. You will regret it.
Yep.
Diatribe over.
I know that. I know that much. Oh God, how do I know that? I don't know. Sorry, continue.
So I don't know how you do either, but I'm glad you do. So they're found everywhere. They are classified as poisonous, and this is one of the reasons why the shaman of that time would initially hang them and dry them. And something interesting is they would dry them on tree branches, just like hanging
like a
colorful
Christmas
ornaments on
ornament.
a Christmas tree. Exactly.
Oh, so you're
Okay.
meaning to tell me this Christian holiday that we all subscribe to is actually it's rooted in pagan shit? That's
Yes.
nothing to do with Jesus?
Nothing. So,
all right.
The thing that Sarah had kind of spoiled in the chat was the flying reindeer, right?
Yeah.
So there's a really similar connection here between Santa's reindeer and Amanita muscaria. Reindeer in general are pretty common across Europe and Siberia, and just like the people that are common to those areas, they too consumed mushrooms. There's actually studies shown that reindeer, not just reindeer, but a lot of animals actually have a fondness for experiencing altered states of consciousness, just like we do. And for us, there's the side effect of eating these particular mushrooms is you kind of have a feeling of flying. So it's interesting that the legend about Santa's reindeer is that they can fly. Also, the shaman who consumed these mushrooms might have seen the reindeer kind of grazing, right? And seen them as they were flying, but they really weren't, just from the effects of the hallucinogenic drug. And the last thing I have is Rudolph's red nose could very well have been a representation of the Amanita muscaria mushroom as well. Also, the idea of helper elves assisting Santa and making children happy could go back to the spirits encountered by the shaman during a mushroom trip. Also, DMT is known to introduce you to what my second spirit animal human, Terrence McKenna, called the what did he call them? Oh my God, I've had too much beer. He called them the machine elves. The machine elves. Entities that he would interact with during these DMT trips. And so it all goes back to the pagan roots of Christmas and to Amanita muscaria and hallucinogenic drugs, and we celebrate this as if it's some holier than thou art Jesus Day, when really it's not. And I don't want to go on a diatribe about why I disagree with Christianity and organized religion in general, but you need to take a step back from it and appreciate where it comes from. I don't have a problem if you want to celebrate Christmas. That's great. We celebrate Christmas here in my house. My kids and I, we have our own tradition where I make this breakfast, this big elaborate breakfast Christmas morning, and they care more about that than they do about even getting presents and things. I've been hearing all year they can't wait for the Christmas bacon, which is what we call it, the Christmas bacon, and they love it. They absolutely love it. It's one of my proudest things that I've done as a father is I've instilled this sort of communal we don't always eat together. I mean, realistically, it's 2021. We don't do that all the time, but there's this communal thing that we have Christmas morning, and they care about it, and that what warms your heart more than that? And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing is being happy with your family and hoping that you have a good year next year. And that's what these people have been doing for centuries now, and if we can't do it,
I absolutely love
harder.
that. I love it. It warms my heart because when I think of holidays, I just think of I am not religious. I escaped a cult this summer. Y'all, we don't need to talk about it. I'll talk about it in another video. I was in a cult. Okay? It was a gospel choir, but we won't go there because I'm a singer. Those of you who don't know me from Jason's page, I'm a professional singer, and I was asked to sing in a choir that was a very religious, and it brought me back to being raised Mormon, LDS, and I hated every second of it. And what I'm trying to say is like I'm not here for any of that shit. I'm here for like the people and the like. This Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday because, well, besides Halloween, of course, but because it's like I'm here to eat, hang out with my people, and get drunk. Like, what else do you want in life? Like, that's amazing.
It's a perfect.
And that's why I love it.
Love
I
it.
love it. And I love Christmas for that reason. I don't give a shit about the presents. Although my husband has taken me to Disney World for Christmas this year. And that's fine.
Way to go, Barney.
Good job, Barney. Jason, do you have something else that you would like to tell anyone that you've learned? Because can I have 2 minutes? Is there something that you can talk to the folks about at home for 2 minutes for me?
Yes, I can do that because this is what I do.
Okay, I'm going
to. And he's gone just like that. Didn't even finish the sentence. That is how the video messages I get from Adam are on a consistent and near daily basis. He will send me video of him talking and it cuts off at the end and I don't know what he's trying to say. I don't have anything else Christmas related, but I'll take a look over here at the comments because I saw Maureen said that speaking of sigils, I literally just realized last night that the sigil from the museum ramen experiment is the pyramid and the fountain that Carl saw when he was hypnotized by Lonnie. Now, you know, Lonnie's a friend of the show. If you listen to my show anyway, Lonnie and I live really close by. We still haven't met up, which is just ridiculous, but we need to. He's been on my show. He was on a live stream with us. What you're talking about there is the museum, the traveling museum of the paranormal and the occult put on by the Newkirks. They're doing a haunted ramen thing, an experiment right now where people are trying to put ghosts into ramen, like create a ghost and put it into a package of ramen, and then everyone's going to eat it. Not participating in that for reasons, but the pyramid and the fountain that he saw, they had the experience of finding the fountain of the town spring and the pyramid at Cundiff Square in Somerset, Kentucky, like the next day. We're talking about Hellier. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. The town of Somerset featured in, I think it's maybe the 7th or 8th episode. I don't remember off the top of my head. I've had some alcohol. Is an interesting place, and I've made some friends down there, and I love it. I'm going to be hopefully going back next month for the Penny Royal Season 2 launch party, if it happens.
I can't wait.
Anyway, yeah, so that's fascinating. That's fascinating. Hi, Adam.
Hi, I'm here. I was here the whole time, and I love that you're so good at speaking. And those of you at home, which I got to finish my Hellier, by the way. I do really enjoy that show. They're very knowledgeable about the subject. Mm-hmm. It makes me want to go to Kentucky. It makes me want.
You need to come here, and me and you need to go to Kentucky.
Well, how far is it from Orlando? Because I'll be there next month.
10 hours.
That's fine. I can make it 10 hours.
Well, Kentucky is probably 10 hours, and then like another 5 to me.
Aunt Stacy, come say hi to everyone. This is my Aunt Stacy. You guys come say hi.
Aww.
Hi, everyone. I have my baby juice.
This is my best friend. If our cousin Tammy's watching, this is your cousin right here.
Wow.
Hi, Tammy.
She's what we call in the business an alcoholic.
Come have a cocktail. I use this to put up with Adam.
Stop it. Get out of here. Bye-bye.
Yes.
My Aunt Stacy and I, we're just 2 peas in a pod. I tell you what. Just love her.
So much better.
I don't even know her, and I'm fond of her already.
You'll love her. Jason, you got to come to Utah because she's moving near me.
Oh, really?
I finally got her to leave this place, which, by the way, is so fucking hot in the summer that the trash cans melt in the streets.
Yes, they do.
What kind of hell is that? I'm not here for any of that. You're not eating all the pecan pie, are you?
No.
I'll die.
I'm drinking the vodka.
Okay, vodka's fine. Leave me pie. But my Aunt Stacy, I'm getting her to finally come to Utah to live by me because she is my favorite family member in all of the world. Are you okay? You did all right. Speaking of my Aunt Stacy, do y'all want to hear something funny? I give her lesbian jokes all the time. I tell her she's a lesbian because she lives alone.
He does.
She's not a lesbian, and if you're a lesbian, I love you
Give me
because
my
I'm
cranberry
gay. I don't
juice
know if you
back.
know that, but my Aunt Stacy and I have this running joke that she's a lesbian. Do you want to see like my last little clip from today, where we're just at the petroglyphs and we're talking? Let's just see what we have. I'm just gonna have a taste of this. Oh, sure, Stacy.
No.
Go for it. Well,
Come on, Barney, let's have a cocktail.
we came and we came here and thought what we needed to. Did you enjoy it? Ow. My eyeball retinas they're burning. It's like I'm looking directly into the sun. Can you see? Because I can't. Oh, it's just lovely. Just lovely landscape. Do yourself a favor. If you're ever near the town of Kingman, Arizona, come here to Chloride, the city of Chloride, Arizona, and take a look at the beautiful murals and the town. It looks very quirky. And they have a restaurant and a post office and artists, and I'm sure there'll be some lesbians there for my aunt, and it's a running joke. She's not a lesbian, fellas. If you are interested, I'll put her phone number in the description of this video, and you can send her letters from prison or wherever you're at. Okay? No? What? Okay. Well, bye, y'all. It was very fun today. We'll see you soon. Until next time.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. I don't even have to say it anymore. Bye. Well, oh, my aunt, bless her heart.
Oh, lady.
She's been through a lot with me, I tell you.
I can't imagine.
But I'm so happy she's going to come live by me soon, and then we're going to have things. Then I don't have to drive 7 fucking hours to wherever the hell she lives over here in UFO territory. If I wanted to get abducted by aliens, I would just stay home. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right? Yeah, like the one.
Because I live in Utah. Yeah. So she's a doll. You guys will love her. She's just too much.
Yeah.
It's the best. I was gonna go through a list of like crazy traditions, but I feel like we're here at over an hour. We've had so much knowledge from Jason because he's just so goddamn good at what he does.
Stop it.
You stop it. You're good. Listen, my husband and I decided like he's the researcher from now on. I'm just the stupid one that pulls the camera out. And I think know your gifts, okay? You're really good at researching. You're really good at talking. I don't know how to speak English still at 39 years old.
I'll give you that.
And you have it mastered. So know your gifts. And you're great. You're great at what you do. I wish you the merriest of Christmases.
I don't want to talk about Christmas. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm just here for the booze and the food. That's all I care about.
The 6 Christmas trees, apparently.
I do have 6 Christmas trees. I'll tell you why. 3 of them are at my front door. Because I have this whole, like, dreamscape. Let me just pull it up on my phone to show the people at home because they don't believe me.
This will be good.
I figured since I live in a neighborhood full of LDS religious people who don't know what gay people are, I thought I would bring that camaraderie into our neighborhood of homosexuals on the street. I mean, I have to do a good job decorating my house. If I'm going to be a gay on the street, they better like come to my house and look for inspiration, don't you think? Yes. And so that's what I'm giving them. That's all I'm doing. I'm just here trying to bolster the fucking goodwill of man. By the way, this is my tree in my office, in case anyone's curious. This is the Paranormal Polynesian Christmas tree. Oh, God. Can you see it?
Kind of, yeah. Mostly.
It's a under-the-sea shipwrecked theme. Oh, that's terrible. And... oh, this is a picture of me as a baby. Do you want to see it?
Oh yes,
Look
I
at
do.
this shit. My mom sent me this.
Adorbs.
Oh,
Look at that smile.
can you see it? Why can't you
Yes.
see my face?
I can see it. There it is.
I'm a fucking angel, just so you know.
I love that picture in picture with the other
There-
like. It's so
I wish
good.
there was a picture of my cat right here. That would have made it even better.
Oh,
And then,
Lord.
like, this is little Adam on his way to Disneyland. My grandmother mailed me this shit in the mail. I haven't seen my grandma since I was 15 years old. Isn't that crazy?
I have a Christmas picture from whenever I was little with my great grandmother.
Wow. Oh, I loved mine.
I have to find it on Facebook, and I will show it. I'll share it.
I love my great grandma. This is my front door currently. There's 3 Christmas trees and you can't see it. Right. There's a fountain here with water coming down. It's fine. All you need to know is I'm serious about decorating. I don't give 2 shits about Christmas because I'm not Christian, I'm not religious, but I love a decoration, if I'm being honest. I mean, it's my thing. This is my Christmas tree in my living room. So a friend of mine passed away recently. All my family flew out for his funeral, and so I wanted them to have like a Christmas, whatever. I wanted them to have a nice Christmas wonderland when they came to see me.
Yeah.
But this is you can't see shit on this. It looks crazy. Can you see it?
Yeah.
You can't. Well, anyways, that's my tree in my living room. I have 6 trees. So maybe I'll post them on Instagram.
So,
Jason.
I have shared a screen and I can't see that I've shared it. Can you see that I have shared my screen?
Let's see.
So where you can add it to the stream.
I heard your name. Now, tell me, what is your name again? Is it Jason? Ooh. Is that it?
Whoa, that's not it.
Oh!
You just broke the internet.
That is your screen, though, because that's not mine.
Okay, hold on. Here. There.
Oh! Is that your grandma?
It's my great-grandmother. I'm playing on a Muppets plastic guitar. Look at my face. Look at my face. I am rocking her world that Christmas. I've got a little gray sweatshirt vest on, right? And rocking that guitar.
I love
Look
it.
how happy I was. I was rocking out. Look at her
And
smile.
I love her. And I love that ottoman. I want to take it home.
That ottoman.
Why do I feel like if we were kids, I would have been like friends with you, but I would have also been like ruining your life, actively trying to show you how to like fuck up your life and get into trouble?
I didn't need any help, Adam. Didn't need any help. No, I was good at that part.
It's adorable. I just love it. And I love it.
Awesome
And that
little kid friends.
I know. And I had a friend when I lived in Orange County. He had like a duck pond, but it was like an inflatable pond for children, and all the ducks like would fly to his yard, to the yard next door, and they would just swim with him. And he just thought he was hot shit, but really he was just covered in shit because there was just like duck shit everywhere. And my dad got pissed, but we would skateboard. I used to be on a skateboard, you guys. Can you believe it? I can't even walk down my stairs without passing out. And I used to skateboard. What's your point? Okay.
It's funny that you bring up ducks because I had a plastic duck sled. So if we're talking about Christmas and snow, I had a little sled. It was orange, and it had a big duck head on the front of it.
I love it. When I was a kid, we used to sled down this hill, and it was next to the post office. And it killed people. Like it just did.
That's nuts. Wow.
It did.
What a dangerous place to play.
I'm sorry, it did. It killed the bitches. but I didn't die. I'm alive. I'm still here. But I used to sled down this hill. It was like, have you guys seen Christmas Vacation?
Oh,
Because it's one of my top 5 favorite Christmas films of all time.
Oh, we could do that.
When they go down the hill and their fucking shit's on fire, that is how my ass looked when I was going down this hill. And I don't know how I didn't die. But, you know, back in the 90s, people didn't care about their kids. They just let them go down a hill. Like, it was fine.
Yep.
Like, we're all fine.
Yep. The big thing around here is getting onto a car hood that is tied via rope to a 4-wheeler or truck and then being pulled through a cornfield.
Excuse me?
In the snow.
Oh, like a car hood only and it's upside down?
Yes. Yeah.
I can see that. I was like, they're in a car and someone pulls them through the snow. So, yeah. Jason, tell me, because we're here on a holiday episode. I've had too much to drink, and I have to drive 7 hours in the morning, but we won't go there. Listen, Jason, tell me.
Yes.
Also, I want to know what's in this bottle. Because
I can't tell you that.
For an ibuprofen. Stacy, none of your pills are the same in this bottle. Can you tell me what I'm taking? Why am I taking, what is this, meth or heroin? Which one is it? Okay, fine. I won't take any of them.
Oxycodone.
Oh, delicious. Which one's the oxys? I just want something.
This half, the other half. Yeah, take one half.
Here, no, please go back out in the lanai. I wish I could bring you all out to the pool because it's so cute out here. There's palm trees and waterfalls. Jason's having 20-degree weather, and I'm out here about to go swimming. I have my coat on for effect. It's actually very warm.
What did you want me to tell you, Adam?
Hold on. Let me think.
We're talking about Christmas, so I'd like.
This is my second bottle of champagne, and it's empty.
I'm aware.
It's gone.
Focus. It's gone.
I can't remember.
I blame the drugs.
Oh, the drugs. I haven't had any yet. Are there any good ones? I haven't had mushrooms. Oh, I did mushrooms, y'all. Should I tell the story of that? Or since we're talking about mushrooms and deer and shit?
I'm always up for a good psychedelic story, man.
Okay, I'm not going to get into details too much. However, when I was in my early 20s, I don't know why I'm doing this because I was 21. So I guess that's your early 20s.
Early 20s, yeah.
So my friends, back in those days, I was like I told y'all, I've been singing probably for 30 years. I used to sing at clubs, bars. I used to judge beauty pageants in Las Vegas. People would call me. They'd be like, "Can you sing the song when the bitch wins the crown?" And they walk down the aisle, and I'm like, "Absolutely." Are you gonna pay me in pasta? Because we were at the Circus, which, by the way, that's a whole other story. Circus casino in Las Vegas. That's my jam. So anywho, someone once gave me a piece of cake that was delicious. It was an orange cake, and it was right around this time of year. And I thought, oh, what a delicious Thanksgiving cake. And I love cake. I mean, look at me. Look! I don't weigh 300 pounds by coincidence. And I ate the cake, and it was so good. Oh my gosh, it was orange flavored. It was from Albertsons. We used to have Albertsons back in the day. We don't have them anymore. Do you guys have Albertsons or no?
That is.
What? You don't know what an Albertsons is? Stacy, he doesn't know what an Albertsons is. Can you believe? Yep. I know. Well, we'll save it for another day. Continue back there. They're chain smoking in the patio. Anyhow, they gave me this piece of cake. I was going through a breakup, and I had just come from gay pride, which is the whole other thing. And I remember I had to pee, because I always have to pee, because that's the premise of my fucking YouTube channel. I have to pee everywhere I am. And I went to the bathroom, and I remember the shower curtain in the bathroom started singing "Be Our Guest" from Beauty and the Beast. and the candles were dancing, and I was just trying to pee, and I just remember the shower curtain was alive, and I remember thinking like, this is better than Disney on Ice, because I've been to Disney on Ice. Hi. Do you want to come say hi? Have you met my husband? Barney, come say hello. Have you met my husband, Jason?
Not really. I don't think so.
Come say hi to Jason.
I've seen
You've
him
never
in
met.
your videos and things, but
Jason.
hi, Barney.
Hi. Okay, go continue on your way. I just feel like it's like a family affair tonight. Anywho, so yeah, I'm peeing and the shower curtain, and it's Be Our, like in Be Our Guest where like it does the lines of like shit happening, like the plates and the, you guys.
I'm familiar.
But I could see all of it happening, and I'm just trying to pee. Like, I just want to pee. I don't want to see a show. I don't want fog. But it all happened, and I started to lose my fucking mind. And so I ran out into the person's house that I was at. This was down the street from where I live. And it was, I don't know why someone had a kiddie pool out, because it was not summer. And it had water in it still. And the neighbor had stuffed animals just like at the front door of their step. So I ran in the house, I grabbed a butcher knife, because that's what you do when you're on mushrooms, right? And so I jumped into the kiddie pool in the fall weather, and I just lost my goddamn mind. And I was swimming. It was like this deep. There were stuffed animals in the pool with me. I grabbed the butcher knife and I found this like stuffed animal that was a wolf. And I was like, oh my God, this wolf. I remember thinking like, this wolf reminds me, it made me think of like, I can't think of words right now because I've had so much champagne, but it made me think of like primal urges and like wolves and shit. Yeah. So I grabbed the wolf and I took the butcher knife in my hand and I gutted the bitch. This poor kid stuffed animal somewhere in a tract house in Provo, Utah. And I gutted the bitch and I put it on my head because I was like, that's what we do. Like, that's what the cavemen did. Because I was thinking like millennias down the road, like I was like having conversations with God, and I was like, I must put this stuffed animal on my head because it's just like what men did back in the cave, like the caveman days. And so here I am. I have a stuffed animal on my head of a wolf, and I'm wet. I'm in a pool. My friends are like, we didn't have cell phones that videotaped back in those days because I'm old.
Yeah.
And we got in the car. And they're like, you need to go home, I think. And I'm like, you think? So they got me in the car, put me on the freeway. And I remember being in the car, and I'm completely naked at this point. I don't know how. And I have a stuffed animal on my head. And I remember driving down the freeway, and there's a little girl who's maybe 11, 12. She sees me in the window, and I'm just like losing my goddamn mind on mushrooms. By the way, I had no idea I was on mushrooms. My friends thought it was funny. That was back in the day. They were just like, let's see what we can give Adam, because Adam can do anything. Because I was Adam do anything. And there was a little girl, and I had a stuffed animal, and I just remember like screaming at the car, and I remember her crying, and she's like pointing to her mom and pointing to me.
My God.
And I blacked out at that point. I just want to say, if you're gonna do the shrooms, y'all, you've got to be, first of all, you got to know you're doing them, because I didn't know that I was, and you've got to be clothed, or if you're gonna be in public, put some clothes on. I could have gone to prison. Yeah, I could have gone to prison. I don't want to go to prison. So that's my one and only time with the mushrooms. And there's more to the story, but I'm not going to go there because I can't.
I don't think we should. Yeah.
But yeah, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You know, that is it goes back to what I was saying, about the shaman dropping in and giving gifts of, these little red and white mushrooms and the Christmas presents under the tree. That was your present that year. You got it
I
early.
had so much Christmas presents.
You were filled with the Christmas spirit.
I was filled with something.
Jesus was inside you.
Jesus took the wheel, and I tell you what, it was great. But I don't know what else to do. I was going to talk about like crazy Christmas traditions, but I don't need to. Like, this has been a delightful live stream with Jason.
I've had a lot of fun.
I've had a lot of fun too. Is there anything that you would like to leave our friends with tonight? Because it is the holiday season. Is there anything you want to say? Because this is our last one for this year. So,
one thing I wanted to say was earlier. This has been nearly an hour ago. Sarah put in the chat that one of their traditions is we buy stupid stuff at the dollar store and fill our stockings, and we are more excited for our stockings than anything else. Then we go on a nature
love
ride.
it.
Perfect. Don't change anything in your life.
Do not spend money for Christmas, you guys. A lot of my friends don't believe me, but I grew up very poor. Like, I grew up very, very poor. And the stockings were my favorite part of the year because, like, my mom would put the tiniest little, cheapest little things, like Micro Machines. Remember Micro Machines? Man,
those were the best.
And just like the orange, remember when the orange chocolates came out and you would like have to hit them on a rock, and they're like, you have to hit it on a rock, bitches. And I'm just like, ooh, it's chocolate, but it's orange? What? And it was shaped like an orange.
Yeah, those are gross.
They are disgusting, but it just like makes my heart happy. All I care about, yeah.
I have a really.
Oh God, do you work?
No. I have a really sad, poor Christmas story for you.
Oh, I forgot those too. Yeah, go ahead.
So one year, I don't remember how old I was. I was fairly young. Good Lord,
Bonnie. This is why I don't have dogs.
Awful.
I'm listening.
So, like,
go ahead.
Like a lot of kids, like I would save change, right? I had like a big bottle that had coins in it, and there was no money for Christmas that year, and so like they took my change thing, and they went and spent like all the change that I had. They bought Christmas for everybody or whatever. That year, this is sad, but it's kind of heartwarming at the same time. I got my favorite Christmas present, I think, to this day that I've ever gotten. And that was a VHS copy of Godzilla vs. King Kong and a bag of chili cheese Frito corn chips. And I remember sitting in my underwear on the couch Christmas morning, eating my chili cheese Fritos and watching that movie. And it is still to this day one of my all-time favorite movies. And had I not gotten it from my change jar that year, I'd never know probably. That's what started me on Godzilla. That was the first one.
I love you, Jason. I love you, and I love that story. I remember, like, people do, like, people are like, you're bougie, Adam. Like, I'm not. Like, I grew up.
Oh, yes, you are.
No, I am now, but I grew up extremely poor. And I remember, I just remember like so poor that we were on this thing called the Angel Tree, which I don't know if they do that like where you live.
Yeah, they do actually.
But you do? So my family, we couldn't even afford Christmas some years, and like the community would have to come together. And one of my neighbors, because I was raised Mormon, and one of the neighbors in our ward, it's called a ward, she was my first kiss too, which is crazy. Like, she was a girl. It was weird. We had like a whole sexual thing going on. But I remember being like 13, 14, and her whole family, they did the 12 days of Christmas for our family. And
Aw.
so every day they would bring us a present and like ding dong run away. We had no idea it was them. And I remember that being my favorite Christmas because we had nothing.
Yeah.
And they were so good to us. And to this day, like I still talk to her. She's my first everything.
Aw.
She's my first girlfriend, my first friend, and I'm as gay as Christmas. But back in those days, like it meant so much to me, and it was the best Christmas, and we had nothing. There were some years we had no hot water,
Sure.
and people don't believe me when I tell them, but it's true. Like nothing. And to me, that's what Christmas is about. It's like helping your neighbors, helping your fellow man, and celebrating each other, and just like the end of a year. And so that will always be one of my favorites of all time. Just like it's always the ones where you have nothing that you remember.
Absolutely.
And to this day, like I don't even want. I tell my husband I don't want presents. I just want time. Like that's more important than anything.
Yeah.
And so, but they gave me Disney World, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
And
I'm
you're
gonna
not
be
going to
there.
go. Just on principle. You're going
I'm
to tell
going.
Barney, no, not going, Barney.
Yeah.
I do not want it. I want to
Watch
stay
my
home and just have
channel.
quality
I'll
time.
be there. I'll be there in 2 weeks, and I can't wait. But it's like I said, like to me, I'll always remember the times when I was the poorest. That was the best holiday ever.
Yeah.
And so I hope y'all at home can remember about, like, to me, the spirit of Christmas, it's never been religious. I'm not religious
Right.
at all. It's about helping one another and just celebrating, being together, making it through the year. Fuck, this year has been a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's been a nightmare. Everyone I know has had a horrible year this year. And I'm so glad it's over. Like, I'm not going to cry. But I'm just, like, so glad it's over. This year's been the worst.
It's been pretty,
And it's
pretty
just like,
shitty
it's
for
like,
a lot of people.
it's like looking forward to next year. 2022, please pull your shit together. Because I literally cannot with you, 2022. You better pull a shit together.
Hey, you know what? It's gonna be
2021
great.
has been a good. It's going to be great.
It's gonna be great.
But are there any parting words that you would like to give us, Mr. Jason?
Honestly, man, I don't know if I could say anything that's going to top what you just said that you won't remember saying whenever you wake up tomorrow. But
I'm sober.
it was, the glasses are on. You're good. So I can't top that, and I'm not going to pretend that I can. Just be kind to everybody. Be kind to one another. Adam is gone. This is my stream.
Jason? Oh no, our Jason.
Still here. There I am.
Oh God. Tell your parting words. We missed all of it. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm in the boonies. There's no internet here, so I'm so glad we even made it this far. But sorry, say what you were going to say again, because we lost all of it.
All right. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourself. And, if you don't have the money to buy, whatever, who cares? Because
Nope.
if you can get a VHS copy of Godzilla vs. King Kong and a bag of chili cheese Fritos, I guarantee there's a little boy out there who would be grateful for it. And if it's not yours, then you're lucky, and I'm happy for you. But that doesn't mean you can treat anybody else any differently. So be kind, love everybody, love yourself, and when in doubt,
I love that.
reach for the scotch, and it'll pull you through. No, bad idea.
And me, I'm just here for the champagne. And for, I'm here to bark out orders to my spouse. Oh, the holidays are great when you're married, you guys. You get to yell at your spouse and be like, feed me stuffing, bitch. I would never say that to my husband, but I would say, "Can I have some stuffing? It's delicious." People are so nice around the holidays. What I'm trying to say is, between my 4 bottles of champagne, is exactly what Jason said. Be kind, be thankful,
Yeah.
and be present, because next year has to bring us something better than this shit. It has to. It's been a year, and I'm glad it's over. I'm so glad it's over. So I think we're good. I think we did a great job tonight, Jason. Like, I hope people are entertained. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you so much to everyone who watched tonight. Um, Love, peace, happiness, and my tits. What? No.
Mine are smaller. I can't juggle them as good.
Yeah, shut up. Quit losing weight, Jason. I I want to lose weight. I got to take my swimming suit out in 2 weeks in Florida, so I have to go back on my keto diet starting tomorrow.
This is my parting words. There is no better place to feel better about your body if you have body image issues than a public water park. There's always going to be 30% of the population who looks worse than you do. And you can move on with your life and stop worried about shit like that.
You know what? I never thought of it that way. I've always thought of it the other way. So I'll think of it the way that you just said it, because I've always been like, I can't. I cannot go down that water slide. I mean, there have been times where people have been like, "You're too fat. You cannot go down the water slide," which is true. Like, that's just how life is. But I love what you just said, because I'll think of that when I'm in Orlando in a few weeks, because I'm 40 almost. Like, I don't have time to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm halfway through my life, more than halfway.
Let's be honest, you're more than halfway.
Yeah, it's true. So y'all need to be happy with yourselves. Learn to be happy. Learn to be present. Learn to be with the people that you're with and have so much fun, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to jump naked into this pool back here. I won't, because it's colder than shit in the water. But the temp's great. But I'm just saying, like, everyone watching, be happy with what you have. Be thankful. Be present. And it'll be a great holiday. So, Jason, anything else?
That's it, man. You said it great. Perfect wrap up.
Okay. Well, I love you,
Thanks for having
Jason. Thank you for being here. And Merry Yuletide, pagan shit. And Krampus, y'all kids who are watching, Krampus will fuck you up if you're not a good kid. And he will take your souls. Watch the movie Krampus. Oh my God, Toni Collette, my favorite movie of Christmas, period. If you cannot watch it, it's on Universal. Have you ever seen it, Jason?
Yeah, it's not good.
It's a comedy. It's not supposed to be good, Jason.
Best Christmas. Okay, last thing. Best Christmas movie of all time. Even though it's not a good movie, I stand by it being at least my favorite, maybe not the best, is The Mothman Prophecies.
What?
In spirit, it is not a Christmas movie, but it takes place around Christmas time.
That movie scares the shit out of me.
And then Gremlins,
I like that one.
which is the perfect Christmas movie.
That's a good one.
It's a good moral story about, sort of buying things and having things. It's really like, it's
Jason, tell us your top 3 favorite Christmas movies real quick.
I just told you 2.
Mothman
Prophecies, Gremlins, and this one's the surprise one. This one will blow your mind. You'll never think I'm going to say it. Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
I love you. That's on my list as well. That's on my list. That's my top 5 favorites. Jason, I knew we met for a reason. Oh, you're a good guy. Okay, so Jingle All the Way for sure. I fucking love that movie. If you have to watch only 3 movies this Christmas, Jingle All the Way, Christmas Vacation. I'm sorry, it's my favorite.
It's in the top 5.
Top 5. They filmed that shit through an earthquake, which I lived there during it. Watch it. There's parts in the movie you can see there's an earthquake happening. That's for another video.
Yeah.
Now you know. And for Christmas, I don't like Home Alone at all, but
I love Home Alone.
I mean, it's okay. I love Catherine O'Hara. She's one of my favorites of all time because she did Schitt's Creek, which is Schitt's Creek made that show based off of me. I'm David. And my favorite Christmas movie ever, I have to say, is Krampus. I'm sorry, Jason. Y'all have to watch it. Like, it's a comedy. People think it's like a horror film, but it's not. And it was filmed, Jason, catch this. The whole movie was filmed in the same street as Christmas Vacation.
I didn't
So
know that either.
if you look on the street, they're at the house where they filmed Chevy Chase and all them in the 90s doing Christmas Vacation, which is one of my absolute favorites. And if there's a bonus, if you have a chance, watch. Do y'all know who Vanessa Williams is? She did a movie called Ebony, which is a spoof on, like oh, my husband's listening. A Christmas Carol. It's all a spoof on A Christmas Carol, but it's called The Diva's Christmas Carol, and it's about a bitch who sings like me, and she has to be visited by spirits, and it's like how I would feel like I would be if I lost my way and I had to be visited by fucking spirits, and it's so good. Like, you guys have to watch it. It's on VH1 or on Netflix.
It's cocktail time.
My aunt's ready to get drunk. Y'all, I love you so much. I hope you have a merry fucking Yuletide Christmas. And
Happy Saturnalia.
Say that again.
Happy Saturnalia.
Yeah, Saturnalia. Yes, sir. Jason, you're my absolute favorite. Thank you for coming and joining me. I hope y'all have a merry whatever the fuck you celebrate. And it's been an absolute pleasure. So, thank you. Have a delightful winter.
Until next time.
Great. Till next time. We'll see you in a month or so. Bye, y'all.
Let's see how long it takes them to close this.
I gotta press the button. Oh, there it is.
Wouldn't you know it? How long do I keep this up? Do I have enough time? I think I do. I don't know if we can handle it. I can't handle it. So it says I'm live. I can still see the chat. So if you're seeing this, and I'm still here, please left it in the chat. I don't know if he knows the broadcast is still going on. But hey, listen to Paranormal Patio. We just put out a new episode today. We'll do another one in 2 weeks. Maybe another one in 2 weeks. Another one in 2 weeks. Paranormalpatio.com. Patreon.com/BeyondPatio. Go by. I'm really debating how long I want to keep going. This is Paranormal Patio content. Indeed. So today, the second episode of Season 2 came out. It's Saudi John tied to this last episode. That's a good episode. Good episode. Good dude. Very episode talking about hey, the next one's not good. Spoiler alert. We'll talk about Volume 4. And I'm still waiting on Adam to come down. Probably maybe something. Well, I'm going to go ahead and leave the broadcast now. I want to thank you guys for a great time. I want to thank After Dark, Adam Tower, Learn on the Park, Learn on the Patio. Very, very